Now, the government has been forced to apologise tonight for exaggerating the injuries suffered by police officers during a week-long protest against climate change.
Well, ministers had claimed that 70 officers were hurt during the protest this summer near Kingsnorth Power Station in Kent. But it's been revealed that the real number of so-called reportable injuries was only 12, and those included insect bites and sunstroke. Simon Jones reports.
The police stood accused of a heavy-handed approach. But back in October, the Home Office Minister said it was appropriate and proportionate.
70 police officers who were hurt, none seriously, but there were 70 police officers who were also hurt at that protest.
But data obtained under the Freedom of Information Act revealed only 12 injuries that led to an officer being excluded from work for a time were reported, including one who was stung on the finger by a possible wasp, one who cut a finger mending a car, and another injury described as wind blew a door shut on an officer's hand. 33 further officers needed treatment from the police's medicine unit for conditions like toothache and toe strain.
The whole case was hyped up by the police. It was hyped up in terms of the threat from protesters, and it's been hyped up in terms of the injuries to police. I'm obviously very pleased no police officers were injured other than by stubbing toes and being bitten by insects and having diarrhoea.
This was about political policing. It was about the government using the police force to stop people from all over the country coming together to protest against E.ON's plans to build a new coal-fired power station.
Today, though, a clarification from the Home Office Minister.
I was informed that 70 police officers had been hurt and naturally assumed that they'd been hurt in direct contact as a result of the protest. That clearly isn't the case, and I apologise if that caused anybody to be misled.
The protesters ultimately failed to shut down Kingsnorth during the climate camp. The police say we consider it a measure of the success of the policing operation that so few injuries were sustained both by officers and protesters, and that none was serious.
I'm not sure how the confusion arose, but we know that 68 people were ill or injured during the course of the operation. The great majority of those were relatively minor. Only 12 people were injured to the extent that they needed to go off duty, and only 4 of those related to assaults by protesters.
No details were released on how many protesters similarly suffered injuries.
Simon Jones with that report, and he joins us now live in Chatham. An intriguing load of revelations here, Simon. I understand the way the climate camp was policed is subject of an ongoing report.
That's right, and the Home Office also said today it would talk to the Association of Chief Police Officers to see if any lessons can be learned. Well, this is a list of some of the injuries that was reported. On it included toothache, insect bites and toe strain. Now, the police insist tonight they did absolutely nothing wrong. They say if an officer is injured or suffers any sort of illness, they are duty bound to report it. But something has got lost in translation when it comes to the Home Office, who thought things were far more serious. Protesters say tonight it makes them look as if they were responsible for wasps and the hot weather.
It does look a bit odd, Simon. Many thanks.